What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and today we have a rumor to bring to you from We Got This Covered. And now I'll call it a rumor, even though they're more calling it a report, because it is We Got This Covered. And if you know anything about the site, you know that sometimes what they post ends up to be completely legit. Sometimes it's more just rumors that they are posting, and so you do have to take it with a grain of salt. However, I did find this interesting. I think Star Wars Theory maybe talk about it. He did a live stream on it yesterday. A couple other people have made videos, but I kind of wanted to give my take on it too. So George Lucas reportedly down to return to Star Wars, but wants full control. Now, I do think that one of the reasons George ended up selling Star Wars because he was kind of tired with it. The prequels didn't hit exactly how he thought it would. A lot of people critically had issues with it. Some fans had issues with it. And he kind of just wanted to be done with it. I could definitely see him looking at what's going on with Disney Star Wars right now, realizing what these episodes 7, 8, and 9 have done to the fandom. And I could see a spot where he could look there and say, wow, I could come riding in and I could save this thing that I created, that I love. I could turn around. People would embrace me with open arms if I came back to try to save it and fix it. And that could be another thing to add to my legacy. So I do think it could be tempting, but let's see what We Got This Covered says is the deal here. It's no secret that George Lucas hasn't always been the biggest fan of what Disney's done with their Star Wars sequel trilogy. In fact, the studio has even been pretty open about that since the filmmaker was totally opposed to their approach. Like Bob Iger said, he said Lucas felt there weren't enough visual or technical leaps forward in The Force Awakens. Not only that, but Lucas was also notably absent from the premiere of The Rise of Skywalker. And while you can certainly understand why he's taken issue with some of it, it seems both parties are hoping to soon get back into bed together. A few weeks ago, we told you that Lucasfilm wants George to return and help out in a more official capacity, following his rumored assistance with the aforementioned Rise of Skywalker. But Lucas would be down to return with one condition. According to the sources close to We Got This Covered, the same ones who told us that these spoilers of Rise of Skywalker would be true months before the movie hit theaters, Lucas has said he'll return, but only if he has full creative control over the franchise. From what we're told, he thinks the studio has made a mess of it, and he feels he needs a great amount of control to get it back on track. And I do think that that's true, that I could see Disney wanting to bring him in just to satisfy fans. Just say, come on, guys, we brought George back in. He's back in the fold. Now we're good, right? Without actually giving him creative control to do what he needs to do. I can totally see that happening. So that's what We Got This Covered rumor is saying George wants. Is he wants it to be more than lip service, more than just a random position. He wants it to be actual full creative control. Not only that, but he also wants to bring along Dave Filoni, who's already there, responsible for the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, with him to help turn things around, with the idea to have a fan favorite act as George's right-hand man. That all being said, our source, I feel like Dave Filoni is already pretty prominent in Lucasfilm, to be honest. That all being said, our sources, who also revealed the big Palpatine twist, say there's some resistance from Disney in regards to George's proposal, and understandably so. After all, Kathleen Kennedy's still the boss at Lucasfilm, for now at least, and while they would love to have Lucas involved again, they want him more as an advisor. And if I were George, again, I would refuse that, because that's what they did for him for the sequel trilogy. They brought him in, they said, hey, give us what you think you would want to see, what your plans were for your episode 7, 8, and 9, your outlines. And they took it and they looked at that and they just threw it in the trash and basically didn't do any of it. A couple things are similar to concept art. But as far as the actual story, it's completely different. They said, F you, George, we don't need this, we'll do it ourselves. And so if I was George, why would I want to go right back in that same exact spot, just have them do the same thing and backstab me again? I wouldn't. They want him more as an advisor consultant. It'd still be an official role, and he'd be very involved in future projects, but they're not willing to give full creative control at this time. At least that's where things stand for now. If we had to guess, George Lucas will eventually make his way back to Star Wars, but in what capacity remains to be seen. With Kennedy very likely on her way out, though, and Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige also said to be interested in taking over sci-fi property, you can expect some major changes to the brand over the next few years. Now, that's the end of this report. Do I think it's true? Is the real question. Do I think that George Lucas and Disney are negotiating that he wants full control of Star Wars? I don't know. George is getting pretty old at this point. It would definitely be a big project and a lot of work to tackle. Now, I could see him as someone who, sold it and basically retired and is just doing little pet projects that he wants to do. Him wanting and seeking a challenge. This is a guy, for all his life, he had these challenges that he wanted to pursue. And then when you stop having that, it's like there's a hole in your life. So I can get it. I can get why George would want to come back and do this, would want to change his legacy. I don't know if I believe that we got this covered stuff. I've been hearing rumors about this for a long time. One of the reasons you hear these rumors is because people are so disgruntled with the sequel trilogy and with Star Wars that they want someone. They want a white knight. They want George Lucas to come in and save Star Wars for them. And I don't know if I feel this is true. I feel like it's much more the rumors of we got this covered, but some of the things that they've posted that are rumors end up being true. So I think you do have to think about it. But I'm interested to see what all you guys in the comments think about this. I think a lot of people would be really willing to have him return. I don't know. I just don't know how it would work because I think they're done with the sequel trilogy part. If you want to do a High Republic movie or a KOTOR movie or an Old Republic movie or whatever the heck they're doing next based on all these recent rumors that hopefully we'll find out soon with this Project Luminous, then is that the time to go and ask George? Because although, George obviously did create Star Wars and everything like that, when you look at the Old Republic, or at least what we had with the expanding universe, there was a lot of other people that were very involved in creating that. Obviously, it all got ran by George, and he gave his guidance and his approval, yes or no. Would that be the person that they would ask to bring in to do it? I don't know. He definitely should have been the one to finish the Skywalker saga story rather than wait till you want to tell a High Republic or an Old Republic story or something like that. At the end of the day, I do think George understands Star Wars, obviously, way better than anyone at Lucasfilm. So he would definitely be an improvement over whatever else they would be doing. However, at the end of the day, this should have been for the sequel trilogy. Maybe not a KOTOR or a High Republic movie. I would love if George Lucas did come back. I at least would have respect for the films, and I would be back to giving it a chance again. But I don't know. I think it's wishful thinking on a lot of people's minds that George would come back and save it. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you want to see George Lucas come back, get involved with Disney to try to turn around Star Wars, Disney Star Wars? Or do you want him to stay completely clear? And basically, Disney's gone too far. They already backstabbed in the back several times. Why should he come back and help these people? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this rumor has any validity at all? Let us know. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.